Please stand clear of the podcast. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pixie Dust Podcast, where we will be bringing you a sprinkle of magic in less than 30 minutes.
I'm Melissa.
And I am Matt. And welcome to the show. We're going to start off tonight with, of course, one of everybody's favorite holidays, Halloween.
And if you haven't listened to this podcast before,
it's time you begun.
It's a world of Halloween. Yes, tonight, October 31st, All Hallows Eve.
It's a very spooky time, and we just love the Disney Boo to You holiday
bash.
I just love how all of the villains come out, and one of my favorite Halloween Disney specials that I used to watch, and I still watch, is Ichabod Crane, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Yes, nice classic.
I love that, and I love the Headless Horseman. I've never had the chance to go to Disney World during the Halloween season to see the Boo Parade, but I do hear that the Headless Horseman comes out, he rides on his steed, and he carries that pumpkin head.
He does, yes.
And I'm not talking about Jack Skellington, which we will talk about in a second.
More than half of this podcast will be about Jack Skellington. But yeah, I've been there during Halloween and the Woody Parade and Hollow Wishes, excellent stuff. If you haven't gone to the Halloween party, well, it's too late this year, but check it out next Halloween, it's great stuff. And you were mentioning about Halloween specials and Disney Halloween specials, and one of my favorites.
Can I guess?
You can guess.
Is it the Toy Story of Terror?
That's one too, but that is not the first one I thought of, believe it or not. It's not. Your main Disney characters aren't in this one. This is sort of a Disney Channel one. It's Halloween Town.
Ah!
And it's
that's a good one.
Part of my childhood, and
Of course, it's part of everyone's stuff. If you grew up in the 90s, you knew Halloween Town.
Halloween Town was...
And you cherish it in your heart forever.
It was a not-so-scary take on Halloween, which was nice for the youngins.
And... of course, we can't forget about Jack Skellington and his girlfriend Sally in The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is one of my all-time favorite Disney movies. I've been watching it since I was 5, probably even younger than that. And I'm gonna say this right now. I hope the listeners do not get upset at me for saying this, but that is a Halloween movie. People debate all the time, is it Halloween? Is it a Christmas movie? I say it's Halloween, and let me tell you why. It's set in Halloween Town. In the end, everything goes back to normal. If you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, but by now, if you're listening to this podcast especially, I'm assuming you saw the movie.
And if you haven't seen the movie, then, well, now you know what the ending is, so...
But, everybody says, well, they do go to Christmas Town. Yes, they do go to Christmas Town, and they kidnap Santa Claus. But, in the end, Jack realizes that he has always been the Pumpkin King. In his heart of hearts, he knows that he is the Pumpkin King, and nothing can replace that. So, and no one can replace him as the Pumpkin King. So, in the end, everything goes back to normal, and they all live happily ever after in Halloween Town.
Somebody's getting fired up here about that movie. It is. It's. I've seen it once. Of course, not my favorite Disney movie, but I found it interesting, and it's good for Halloween to watch on Halloween. Or you can watch Halloween Town like I did. Whatever you want to watch on Halloween, all great specials. Anyway, let's shift back to the parks, and we're going to go to the Magic Kingdom here in Liberty Square, and we're going to talk about Memento Mori.
Those creak and the tombstones quake. Happy haunts materialize.
Right in Liberty Square, Disney is using the wonderful tactic of a gift shop right after the attraction.
Ooh, I love those gift shops. I love it and I hate it. I love it because I love getting all those souvenirs I can take back with me, but my wallet hates it.
Pretty much empty at the end.
It's pretty much
really
empty. You can see you open your wallet and you see a fly come out of it.
Yeah, you got open, dust it off a little bit.
It's Ray from Princess and the Frog. Oh, I love Ray. He's with Evangeline in the Star now. All right, I digress.
Anyway, back to the grim grinning ghost.
Am I the only one who tears after I hear after I talk about Ray. I think I'm the only one who tears because he was such a nice guy. All right, I'm sorry.
The Grim Grinning Ghosts. Getting... Okay, anyway. So, it's a great shop. They got this merchandise that you can't get anywhere else. It's only in the shop. There's some new great shirts. There's one that has, like, the original Traction poster on it, and that's something that the Disney nostalgics will really love. And then you have Hitchhiking Ghost stuff, and you got funny shirts, and something that is really cool. If you notice when you go in the Haunted Mansion attraction, and you leave the stretching room, and at a point in the attraction there is paintings, and as you pass them, it turns from the human form of whoever that person was to their ghost form.
That's pretty cool.
So, in the Memento Mori shop, you go to a certain place in there, and they have your picture taken, and it has the two forms like that, where it changes like that.
That's pretty cool.
I can't recall exactly what it's called, but it's something like that. So it's really cool. It's a nice thing, and it's pretty cheap, too, I heard.
Awesome. I mean, the Haunted Mansion is one of my favorite rides in Disney World, and I would like to have some souvenirs from that shop because representing one of my favorite rides. So I'm really excited to go next time I go to Disney World. I would like to go see the shop and possibly pick up some new trinkets and shirts or blankets or whatever for my room.
Or clean out the whole store.
Or that's also a possibility. That very well may happen.
It is. Yeah, so check out that shop. Even if you're a local and you have an annual pass, it's pretty, just going there just to see the shop is pretty cool.
Hurry back.
The next thing I'm going to talk about is we're going to talk about Disney Infinity 2.0. And it came out in September, and for those of you Marvel fans, it's fantastic. Because now we have the great Disney Infinity, where we had all our original characters, and the figures were just so great. And now we have Disney Infinity 2.0 with Marvel and some Disney originals. One of my favorites, Donald Duck, coming out on Tuesday. I'm going to be right at the store when it opens to pick up my Donald Duck, who was pre-ordered already. But unfortunately, I have to wait for some of the other characters, like Tinkerbell and Stitch, because I decided to get the Marvel Starter Pack, which was a good thing, because I'm also a Marvel fan as well. And it's really great. The Avengers playset comes with a starter pack. So if you haven't checked out Disney Infinity, check it out because it's a fun game.
Sounds pretty cool.
And the first edition right now is cheaper. So if you wanted to start with that, that's pretty good stuff. So check your local stores for pricing. They have it at Target, Toys R Us, Disney Store, Best Buy, and many other different stores sell Disney Infinity. Quickly moving on, we're going to move to a very controversial
disappointing,
among Disney fans,
horrifying,
taking place,
mortifying,
taking place over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and that is the news that we found out last week about,
sadly,
taking the Sorcerer's Hat down from Hollywood Studios.
I can't believe it.
It's been the icon since 2001 when they started the 100 Years of Magic, and during that year, underneath the hat, they had interactive kiosks about Walt Disney's life. Then they made one mainstream. They didn't need that, so it became a shop under there.
A little disclaimer here. What I'm about to say. I love Disney World, and I love everything it does, and I think that in the long run, its decisions pay off, and its decision, to do certain things are good ones. But for this, it breaks my heart. It really does, because when I think of Hollywood Studios, I think looking down that street to see the Sorcerer's Hat and going to the left and seeing the Great Movie Ride. Now, what I did hear was that they wanted to shift some stuff around, meaning possibly the closure of Indiana Jones. I'm not certain on that.
That is, as of now, a rumor.
But they wanted to add more to the Star Wars area, and they said that they wanted to remove the Sorcerer's Hat because they feel like that the hat took away from the Hollywood 1920s, 30s, and 40s feel that they were going for when they added the Chinese theater featuring the Great Movie Ride. I think that it needs something because the Great Movie Ride is not in the center of the main street when you walk down that street. It's not. It's off to the side. So what's going to be the big icon? I mean, you have the castle in Magic Kingdom. You have the Spaceship Earth in Epcot. You have the Tree of Life in Animal Kingdom. And you have the Sorcerer's Hat in Hollywood Studios. It was, it was one of the main icons.
Now, the argument from the nostalgic Disney folks is that the hat was not there when the park opened in 89. Some people considered the Chinese theater to be the icon, but Disney in their marketing was using the Eiffel Tower, which is difficult to see from the Main Street portion or Hollywood Boulevard. It's sort of off in the backlot area. I gotta be honest, I'm upset because it's been there ever since I've gone to Disney World. I mean, it's been there my whole life. That's all I know is the hat. I'm a big Sorcerer Mickey fan and a big Fantasmic fan.
But it wasn't there when it was called MGM. Now they changed it to Hollywood Studios, and they needed to add some more, modern...
Well, the hat was there in 2001. It was still MGM.
Right.
And in 2008, it changed to Hollywood Studios, but they have big plans for Hollywood Studios, so I'm excited about those. We hear rumors of Pixar Place expanding.
I hope those come true, those rumors, because I feel like the first thing that when I think Disney, I don't think Star Wars. Now, I might not be the biggest Star Wars fan, but I don't mind it being in the park. I think that they should really consider bringing over either Cars Land or Monsters, Inc. ride like they have in Disneyland. Now, I would love to see more Monsters, Inc. incorporated in the park. I mean, they have that one little area where Mike and Sully come out, and they sell a few items with their faces on it, but they should make more of a ride like they have in Disneyland. Cars Land, I feel like it would be a perfect addition. Maybe take that backlot area that they have and turn it into Cars Land.
I think Lights, Motors, Action is seeing an end.
Right.
I think it's just
had its
costing a lot of money since it's been there. So, I mean, the backlot tour is already closed.
Right.
American Idol is already closed.
Right.
And they moved the Frozen Sing-Along to that theater currently. Well, and then Wandering Oakens got moved more to that backlot area where Frozen Sing-Along was. So there's a lot of shifting going around, and we don't know exactly what they're doing, which is keeping us very curious, and there's just a lot of rumors going on. The hat leaving, I don't know what their main goal of that is. I don't think it's because freeing up space, because
it really wasn't taking
what are you going to put there?
Yeah. You have to have some sort of icon. You have to have something that you walk in the park and you just want to like...
I feel like the Chinese Theater and the Eiffel Tower are not big enough compared to...
They're not.
Cinderella's Castle and Spaceship Earth, the Tree of Life. They're not giant icons. This hat was. I know it's a little out of place, but...
But it's Fantasia.
Which is a 1940 Disney
right,
film.
Exactly.
So
it does fit. If that's the goal that they were going for, if that's the main purpose, was to make it a more 1920s, 30s, and 40s feel, they had the Sorcerer's Hat, which was from I want to say Fantasmic so badly because I love that.
That's great.
If I ever found out that was going away, I would seriously write a letter.
Well, that's the end of Hollywood Studios.
I would write a letter.
If the Sorcerer Hat goes and Fantasmic goes, I go.
I would write a strongly worded letter to the people who made the decision because they just destroyed that park.
Of course, we're going to keep that strongly worded letter Disney-oriented, or maybe not. But anyway, that's besides the point. So again,
I'm going to use a lot of oh bothers, as Winnie the Pooh would say.
I just feel that every park, despite that it has its own theme, it revolves around one theme, which is Disney.
Right.
It's Disney World. This is not Universal, folks. Let's not start copying them and making this Harry Potter world. Sorry if you Harry Potter folks out there, but
I mean, I'm a Harry Potter fan, but to be honest with you, if I was going to spend money,
I want to go to Disney World. Now, it was a while back when they had Epcot, and it was kind of really educational, really and it geared to adults. And Michael Eisner, the CEO at the time, said, guys, where's Mickey Mouse? And they said, oh, sorry, boss. And then now Mickey does meet and greets there, and we have, you see the characters around the park, and they're involved in things. We need that Disney and Hollywood Studios as well. And I think the hat was a good representation of it.
I agree. I really hope they don't make too many changes to Hollywood Studios. The only big thing that I would like to see is Pixar Place being expanded, as I said before.
Lights, Motors, Action getting the
boot. But I don't want them to take that much stuff away. I really do like Hollywood Studios. I like the restaurants. I think if I have to recommend one restaurant, go to the Primetime Cafe and visit our friend Carol. Shout out to you, Carol. We love you. And Chris. Chris was our waiter last time we went, and he was a nice guy. And Keith. Oh, Keith. I don't think he works there anymore. But we still keep him in our heart. But, you know, I love the 50s Primetime Cafe. Hollywood and Vine was also a very good restaurant. Now I'm just trying to get into dining reviews.
At this point, with all this moving, I think the only current attractions that are going to remain there through this whole expansion is Toy Story Mania.
Great ride.
Tower of Terror.
Also a great ride, which I have never been on, but I hear good things.
Rock and Roller Coaster.
I also hear good things. Now, I'm a chicken, folks. I think I might have stated this last podcast that my sister dragged me on Space Mountain last trip, and I absolutely loved it. I think I went on Space Mountain 6 times in one day. Thank you, Fast Pass Plus. But
in August.
Yeah.
In July, maybe once, twice, if you got lucky.
But I conquered all 3 mountains of Magic Kingdom last time, but I do not know if I'm ready for Rock and Roller Coaster or Tower of Terror, so we're going to wait on that. I haven't even done
Rock and Roller Coaster yet. And the only other attraction that might remain in Hollywood, it's going to remain there, is Star Tours.
Right, because they're thinking about doing the expansion to that area. I hope they leave. I love Avenue of the Americas and all that. I really do like that. I feel like it gives like a nice, you're walking down New York City. I mean, we live 15 minutes away from New York City. But I just like the feel. And San Francisco also, is that what they're...
Yeah, that's there too. It's really... It's going to be really interesting to see what they do with Hollywood Studios, what they want to do. The other question that's been going through my mind is how much space do they have to expand?
Right.
And is this why the hats may be going? So they can sort of... I don't know. It's like... That's the thing with Disney News. Sometimes something's going away and you get upset about it, but then you realize something's good's coming in. And sorry for you Maelstrom fans out there, but it's about time that left. And the Frozen's coming in, and it's going to be good, and it's going to draw people to the park. I know people saying, "Oh, Frozen, yeah." Well, we've heard about Frozen for the past year now, and it's been just keep going on. But I think Disney always makes the right decisions.
Right.
Right now, the hat for us Mickey fans does not seem like a good idea.
Doesn't sit well with me. Like I think Hollywood Studios. If I close my eyes and I picture Hollywood, I picture myself walking through the main gates of Hollywood Studios. I automatically just see that hat right in front of me, and I get sad. Thinking that it might not be there next time I go. It probably won't be there next time I go. It definitely won't be there next time I go.
No, it definitely won't be there. It's set to be replaced in early 2015.
Right.
So if you haven't had your picture taken in front of it, you might want to get down there.
Yeah.
Just go take a picture.
It's sad.
Now,
it's sad, but true.
Please don't laugh.
Speaking about that, we wonder if Voyage Little Mermaid is going to be staying there.
Voyage Little Mermaid? Yeah. Well, I hope so. I like it. I like the live element.
I'm sure Beauty and the Beast will stay. That's been there a long time.
Oh, yeah. I can't see them getting rid of Beauty and the Beast. I hope not.
Well, if they do, it's going to start even a bigger...
uproar.
A really big riot on the show.
It really will. I think it'll start a bigger uproar than when they'd announced that Maelstrom was getting the boot.
Yeah, that's not an uproar to me. Sorry, folks.
I mean, that people really cared about that ride because Disney nostalgics loved it.
I mean, it was a good ride, but it's just, Walt Disney always said, this is not a museum.
Right.
It changes.
It evolves.
The changes are going with the times, such as Fast Pass Plus, Photo Pass, the new Memory Maker and all that stuff. Now they're adding a video camera to Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, that's really cool. That'll be fun.
Which is nice. So, that's something we were saying. We were there. We go, I wish there was a camera on this one. Such a great ride. We loved it. So,
And that's why Disney's
Yeah,
the best,
keeps-
because they're one step ahead of you, you know?
yeah, they're more importantly, they're one step ahead of everybody else. They're competitors.
I know.
Let's be honest, they're more than one step ahead. They're about 10 steps ahead of everybody.
And now that we're coming to a close, we are going to give you the trivia question of the month. And again, you can email us at pixdustpodcast@yahoo.com. That is PIX dustpodcast@yahoo.com. Please follow us on Twitter. And if you would like, check out our website at www.pixiedustpodcast.wix.com/Pixie Dust Podcast.
And also another option for answering the trivia question is in the comments on this video, right below. Comment on the trivia question.
You don't have to just comment on the trivia question. You can say hi.
Well, you can say whatever you want.
You could. Well, keep it Disney.
Why don't you? We want to hear your opinions on the Sorcerer's Hat.
We do.
We want to hear.
Yes.
We also want to know what your favorite Halloween special is. Is it more of a Nightmare Before Christmas type of special, or is it more of a Halloween Town special,
Or is it
something
more
in the middle?
Toy Story of Terror special. I love that.
Or is it the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown?
Oh, it's not
you
Disney, but it's a classic.
It's a great.
I love the Great Pumpkin.
And now on with the trivia question of the month, and that is this: how many happy haunts are in the Haunted Mansion?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
Well, hopefully many people know that. If
I
they've
hope
been on
so.
the attraction. So, trivia question one more time, and that is: how many happy haunts are in the Haunted Mansion?
Very nice. So
And-
we can comment, email.
And you could just pick one of them, either the Disneyland one or the Disney World one. Doesn't
Right.
matter.
So you can either email us, visit our website, tweet us, follow us on Twitter, or comment below.
So that's going to wrap it up for this one. And this time, we stayed under 30 minutes.
Yes, we did.
So we did better this time. Yeah. So if there's any news that you find out about, let us know so that we can stay informed and have news for the next show.
And just remember, whoever responds correctly to the trivia question will get a shout out and a tweet from us. Actually, if you check out our Twitter, we were doing a little, I wouldn't call it a contest, I would call it a shout out to people. We were asking you guys to send us pictures of your Disney themed Halloween costume, and we would give you a shout out and share your picture for everyone to see on Twitter. So that's gonna wrap it up for today.
Yep, that's all we have to talk about for this month. So until next time, I'm Matt.
I'm Melissa,
And we hope you had a magical time.
and a happy Halloween.